Hello Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Jade and I am here with your 2019 tarot readings. We're going to do this as an overall view and then I will bring out the cards that we pick for each month in our monthlies to use as the overall for the monthlies. So if this is resonating with you, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading or any other information, it will all be in the description box below. And we're going to use the line strider, so we're going to get started with that. I love this deck because it's nice and wide open. Oh, look at that. I have pre-shuffled and then I'm going to shuffle a bit more for you right now. We're looking for the highest guidance for Pisces for 2019. Okay, so what's coming up for Pisces January 2019? The Nine of Swords. So there has been some anxiety, something's not sitting right, Pisces. I'm not sure if it was from a carryover from 2018 or not, but for some reason you're overall in January, just, you know, it's a bit bitter, like we have a bad taste in the mouth, something that is just not sitting right and it's bothering you. Now, of course, you know, in the traditional decks, we see that it's someone who's, you know, staying up late at night, not being able to sleep. This one, we have the fox, which is actually fine with staying up at night. You know, it can be a nocturnal animal, and it's looking towards the moon. So I don't think you have a problem with thinking about what you're thinking about. I think it's just not. It's not a sweet feeling. It's a sour feeling. So something's kind of set you in a weird place for January. We'll clarify some more. So for February, we're moving to the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is in reverse, but what I like to do is look at the full bit of the card. So I don't read just reversals because I feel like we have the power to decide if it's a positive or negative, and we can learn from both aspects of the card. So the Hierophant is a card of tradition. It's a Taurus card, and it's about the structure of marriage. It's about the structure of religion. It is as things are and as they should be. So there's some type of structure that, you know, it's funny because with the hands, there's some type of structure that's being demanded upon you in February. I feel like your natural nature is to shy away from this. You might benefit from structure, but it's not something that you go towards or that you put out there yourselves. So this is a structure, this is a demand that's coming from outside of you in February. It can feel a little constricting, but honestly, I feel like this is a good thing for you. This is something that's going to lead you into making a strong plan for the rest of the year. So it'll get you out of this this keeping you up late at night, this feeling of a little offness of January. It'll move you past that in February. Okay, so let's see what's up for March for Pisces. The Seven of Swords. That one's also in reverse. So let's talk about this. And I didn't mention about the Hierophant being in reverse. I think that was more of what I meant with the. It's something that's coming in upon you. So it's not something that's chosen. It's coming in and being forced upon you to be a part of this structure. Now, Seven of Swords, when it's reversed, whatever this leaving is, this person who's leaving this situation because it's not something that they want to be a part of. It's an obvious, right? So when it's upright, it tends to be a smooth exit. It's like we call it an Irish goodbye, but it's not a smooth exit when it's upturned. So something's leaving and it's causing a bit of a rumble or a ruckus in your life. Maybe it's leaving and there's swords that are falling on the way out. It's not a quiet exit. It's something that is, that there's, obviously there's a war happening behind them. So it's the war is happening around this exit. So not necessarily leaving it behind, but it's an exit that's going straight through this war. So there's a lot of drama happening in March as far as an exit's going. And we'll see a little bit more when we clarify that. Okay, so what's happening in April for Pisces? For April for Pisces, 2019. The Empress. Well, I like where we're going now. So now we're getting to a place where you're feeling more comfortable in yourself. You're relaxing and allowing for the world to come to you. So this leaving could have precipitated this feeling of comfort in April, where everything is just providing, things are showing up at your footsteps. You are relaxing into the reception of all the gifts that you deserve. The Empress is served. She does nothing to create the situation. The situation shows up because of all that she deserves. We have some beautiful energy here in April. This is also a Taurus card. We've got 2 Taurus cards. I think actually we could also attribute this to Libra because it's Empress. This is Venusian energy, but definitely both Venus ruled signs are here. Okay, so for May, what's happening for Pisces? The Ace of Swords in reverse, but we'll flip it. So there's some clear communication coming through in May. With it being reversed, it just means that it might be a little bit of delay. Normally the Ace of Swords cuts straight through, but it might just take a bit of time in May, so maybe it comes late May. The other thing is that it could come and throw off a little bit of what the plan was. So maybe you're still relaxing into this Empress energy, and then all of a sudden this Swords energy comes in and cuts through, and it says, look, this is the truth of the matter. You need to get up off of your throne now, Empress, and we need to start, we need to move and do some work now. We need to create the life in which you're wanting to live, rather than receiving all of the gifts that you have thus, you've sown and reaped those rewards enough now. So that could be your May. We'll see more. Going on to June. Here we go. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So we've had, a clear cutting away or a clear communication. But now we're in this unclear place. We're in this place of feeling left out. We're feeling, this is our poverty consciousness. And this could be that, perhaps we've just assumed we've reaped a lot of, and, been given these gifts, and now we need to sow a little bit more. There could also be something that, this communication has left or has created this divide. And now in May, you might have this feeling of being left out. A feeling of being talked about even, a feeling of not being included or not being able to move forward. You're relying upon someone else opening the door for you. You're just not out in your power, that's all. And we have these months on and off, and that's okay. And it'll shift for sure, okay? So let's move into July. 3 of Pentacles was in the reverse. This card's beautiful because it has these, I think they're ravens. Okay, so now we're moving into hard work. The hard work was a little upset because it was it was in the reverse. So you're wanting to move into this place of, creating the Pentacles suit is all about, your health, your wealth, your body, the physical aspects of life. So when Three of Pentacles is upright, it's you have a strong collaboration that's moving forward. When it's reversed, it means that the foundation is not quite solid. Things are shifting, and that we're trying to turn it right side up by going into the strength of the Pentacles. So it might be that we need to get really clear on a new health regime. Perhaps that there's a new way of diet or a new nutritional program that would work well for your body. If we want to talk about it being money, then there could be some stock issues that are happening, where if you have some investments could just be a little bit awry in the middle of the year, and that you might have to shift some things around so that then you can be in a more solid foundation for the end of the year. Okay, and again, we'll get when we clarify that, we'll see which specific thing that's about. Okay, so now we're in August. Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so it's time to cut through. She's definitely kinder than the King, but she still is going to cut through the crap. She's going to say, look, whatever is going on that is creating this bitterness, this sorrow this year, we have to cut through it. We have to move through this, Pisces. We just don't have room for it. Life is too short. We need to move forward, and we need to move forward decisively. So she is clear about what she sees. She is empathetic, but not acting on that empathy. I think that she sees all that is and can be very clear about, this is what we need to do in order to solve this situation. This is an air sign, so we're talking Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So it could be this energy that's coming towards you, or it could be that you're taking on this energy. And it may be because we have to move through whatever's been happening these last couple of months that has been shutting down your physical nature or your physical stability. Okay, so moving on to September, Three of Wands, also in the reverse. Okay, so we are again building with these threes. We're hoping that something's going to come in, but honestly, we need a 4. We need some structure in order for this to be solid. And so these threes are, we don't even have, we have one ace, so we don't have much underneath the 3, if that makes any sense, of building forward. I think that you really want to create something and that you really want it to come in. We had some enjoyment of what you have built in the past coming in earlier, but I think that you want that again. And I think we just need to go back a little bit further. We need to build a little bit stronger of a structure. The 3 is waiting for it to come. With it being in reverse, it means either you are shutting yourself off to what is coming. I'm not feeling that with what's going on, but we'll see as things lay out. The other thing is that it's just taking time. And that could be really what's going on, is that it's just taking time. We've got swords on here. You want it to be quicker. You want it to be clear and decisive, but it's just taking a little bit of time. And again, this is just for 1 month, and this will be clarified as we go forward. So in October, King of Swords, here he is, also in reverse. So we're talking again about, let's get clear, Pisces. So now we've moved past the Queen into the King. There's no empathy here. We're going straight forward. We're moving decisively. He's just going to cut the crap completely without any kind of feelings, without any emotion. It's just, this is how it is, okay? So there's no more game playing in October. It's moving forward. It's moving forward with decisive action. It's clearly communicating. And it's also taking on this role that You are capable of all of these things. So you don't have to accept anything from anyone that you don't want, okay? So if you're being mistreated, if you are not being given a job opportunity that you think you deserve, or if you are being skipped over for anything in the job, you know, in your career, it's time that you don't take it anymore. The King of Swords is here for you to embody this energy, to move forward clearly and state your needs, okay? That is October. That'll be a really powerful month for you. Let's see what that brings for November. The Hanged Man. This is in the upright. Now, the Hanged Man is got you holding, okay? So perhaps we've made some statements. We've said, look, this is what I need. This is what my boundary is. You know, I want this clear action. I want this job opportunity. I want to be promoted. I want, you know, whatever the needs are, even if this is in relationship, you know, this is my need. I need to be more supported. We need to spend more time together, whatever that is. Now you're hanging out and waiting for it, okay? Maybe there's even a little questioning yourself of, did I state what I truly believe? Did I state, you know, am I still in alignment with that? And we always have to kind of ask ourselves, are we in alignment? Keep checking in and keep checking in. November is a month of checking in with your alignment. So, and I love this card. It's a tiger. It's so funny, like catch a tiger by its toe, I think. So he's hanging out and he's checking his alignment. So that'll be our November. We'll know some more when we get there. So now for December, how are we ending? Two of Pentacles reversed. This is the Dancer card. So whatever your needs were that were stated, you're going to be balancing them, but you're going to be trying to balance them. With it being in the reverse, we just have to know that it's out of balance. We need to keep our eyes on the prize. We need to make sure that everything around us is equal with equanimity, and that there's going to be some movement, some swift movement, and some special choreography that you might have to do in order to make sure that everything stays in the air. Now that's quite a bit of weight for the end of the year, but I think that because there's been some introspection building up, because you've tried to build these foundations, we're working towards that, you're stating your needs. I think that here's your two that's building forward. I think that we're actually moving into a better place coming by the end of the year 2019. Now we're going to clarify with the Lenormand. These cards are beautiful, and usually you can read them in different ways. So I'm going to use one per card just to kind of get an overall idea of what we're talking about. So 9 of Swords for Pisces. Okay, so we've got the sun that is shining over this 9 of Swords. So there's the feeling of this anxiety, this bitterness, this isolation. But the sunlight is telling you to remember to come out, right? So there's going to be some dichotomy, some friction, some conflict, inner conflict in January, because you know that the sunshine is out there, but for some reason you've just got this feeling within you of it's just not enough. And I don't feel like it's you not being enough. I think it's just that you're feeling like things aren't enough. The sunlight is there, but it doesn't feel like it's enough. And you're just trying to work it out. So it's an introspective month, even though the sunlight's there. We're going to be doing a reading on that very shortly here, so we'll find out more specifically about what that's about. Okay, so the Hierophant in February. The letter. So there's going to be some communication, written communication, that's about this this constricture. So it could be that there's contracts being signed. Perhaps there's a marriage happening. this also has to do with text messages, so you could receive messages or even emails that are stabilizing. You know, maybe there was a health issue and you're getting the final okay or the release, or the all clear about that. There's something that's coming in a written form that is creating this this stable but almost like a structured feeling. So it's up to you if you want to feel good about that structure or not. I know that that's kind of a resistance here, but I feel comfortable and confident saying that it's actually not a negative, okay? I don't feel like it is. So we'll move on to March, see what the Seven of Swords energy is. We have the Key. So the truth of the matter is this needs to go, okay? If it's you leaving, don't fight it. If someone else is leaving, do your best to not ask them to stay. If this is an energetic shift or moving, let it go, because this is the key to transitioning and moving forward. Now that's, it's obvious in saying that, but I think that because the key's showing up, it's actually quite a large shift that you're going to be making. So you're going to need the energy for that. Save your energy and not fight that leaving, that shift here, okay, in March. So that you can get your Empress in April. And the Empress also brings on the key, or I'm sorry, not the key, the ring. So there's a commitment happening. Now this could be lovely. This could be a relationship. There's not necessarily any cups cards around, but because the Empress is, and this could also be issues of pregnancy or new creative projects, there could be a collaborative or a connection here that is a strong relationship, but it's something where it's a contractual relationship. So it could be that you sign the dotted line with someone to open a new business, or you shake hands with someone to decide to create a new theatrical show. So there's something that is very Venus-like, so beautiful feeling, beautiful creating, beautiful doing, maybe even pregnancy, and there's a commitment involved in that. That's a beautiful April, okay? I love this energy for you. This is where we want to get to, so let's stay in that as much as we can throughout the year, okay? So for May, with our Ace of Swords, we have the Rider. So these are both movement cards, and what it means is that it's quick, swift words coming through in April. So April is all about quick, decisive wording. We've got both Queen, King, and Ace here, so all of these are very sharp in their wording. Make sure that if this is you being clear with your words throughout the year, if you have to keep stating your boundaries and keep stating your boundaries, or stating your needs, make sure that you're not only stating them clearly, but you're also doing it with conscientious understanding and some empathy. I know it's hard when you're in the King space, but it's important to remember that we need to be kind with our truth, okay? So be kind with your truth. I feel like this is truth coming to you. So we'll see what happens in May, that truth that comes in, and it's going to come in quickly. Now the Ace was, I think it was reversed, so that Rider might negate that and just make it come in quickly. So it might, instead of it being at the late May, it might be middle May. Okay, Five of Pentacles, the Cross. Okay, so what's leaving you, what's making you feel left out is that you are feeling burdened. So there's a burden, or there's a weight or a heaviness, and it's usually either religious or familial when this card comes up. So there's some kind of family issue, some kind of deep ingrained character issue that's coming up here. And again, we're in the Pentacles, but this is all coming up in June. So we're going to hopefully push through that, but it's okay for it to weigh you down, because then you have to look at it, right? When things weigh us down, we have no choice but to be squashed underneath them, and then to really figure out how do we move this to the side so that we can then become who we really want to be and work with this energy. Okay, so that'll be our June. That'll be interesting. Love is coming out. The heart is coming out for July in this Three of Pentacles. So there's something being built here, and it's something about love. Now, we've got a little bit of things building up towards this, so maybe there's some ups and downs here in this relationship. But for the most part, in July, this love relationship is trying to be built onto some strong foundation. You're trying to build a collaborative effort, do something that will make a difference in your love life. Maybe this is you're approaching a love situation in a totally new way, or this is a totally new person that you would never expect to be interested in. Perhaps this is a new type of relationship where there's a three involved. And there are so many types of relationships out there that it's not just necessarily one or two people involved. Even if it is the intimacy is the two people, but the family might still be involved. But this specifically could be that you have a new situation where, it's an open relationship and there are multiple people involved. And so it's figuring this out, how this will work. And right now it feels really good in July. And this could be what these swords are about later on, because that's one aspect of larger, more intricate types of relationships, is that communication has to be constant and upfront, okay? So that looks like very beautiful July. Let's see what comes out for August for Pisces. I'm feeling like it is this one. The Anchor. So what is going to make you feel most stable and long-term is when you're speaking your truth. It may have something to do with this relationship. This is, you're anchoring into your water. So it may not feel comfortable for you, Pisces, because, you like to flow. It's hard to kind of nail you down. But sometimes it's okay to be anchored. It's okay, especially when it's a relationship where it's something that you're building so that it's structural for you, that it feels good for you, that you're speaking your truth, and things are starting to feel stable and supported, and more specifically long-term. These two cards, and actually this one here, these are all long-term cards. So this might be a year of developing your first long-term, but a long-term relationship that is new and exciting for you. Three of Wands, we have the Man card. Now, how I'm reading this is the masculine energy. It makes sense because it's wands. Wands are action, fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. I just skipped you, Aries. I'm sorry. So the masculine energy I'm reading in this is that, again, this is, we're wanting to build a stronger foundation. We're wanting this masculine energy of doing, of creating, of bringing the thoughts, the creative element of the feminine, bringing the thoughts and the vision into fruition. This is the masculine energy is doing. It's putting the action out there. So this is going to be a highly active month where whatever is being created in the background is going to be put out on the scene here in September, which is a great time of year to do so. September is it's just the turn of the fall in the northern hemisphere, and so usually that's when action comes, because we've been playing all summer long. We've been playing all summer, and now it's time to take action. Okay, so October, King of Swords. Let's see what this energy is for Pisces. The Ship. Okay, so there could be some travel. There could be a journey, or just generally an adventure. But it's something where it's going to be clear and decisive. So this may be a faraway journey, but it may also be just the journey back to the self, the journey back to the truth of who you are, and making that known to others. It is an action card. It is a movement card. And again, with these swords, and we've got the wands left over, this is about external, so putting yourself out there. This is not stuff that's just happening around you. You are an integral part of this, Pisces. So there'll be some lots of movement so far and action happening for you in the fall. Okay, so what's happening in November? The birds. So there's conversations, communications that are happening even though you're in a place of waiting, okay? So this is stuff happening around you. So people will be talking around you, and maybe there's been a buzz about whatever you've been creating here in these last couple of months, but people are talking around you, and it sometimes can be gossipy. We'll see how it lays out, but with you being kind of putting yourself to the side and not really sure how things are going to work themselves out, it's possible that this can go negative as well as positive, because it's not really your action. You're not an integral part of this conversation, but we will see what happens. So what's going to round us out this year, this Two of Pentacles in December for Pisces? The bouquet. Okay, so this is beautiful. It's coming to you. So the positive element of this is that it's coming to you. The wishes, the good thoughts, the healing, it's all coming to you with this Two of Pentacles. You're going to be perfectly balanced. You're going to do really well with everything by the end of the year. So all of this is building up the fall. We just have to get through whatever this, it's mostly just like what's in your head, but this is a great year for you, Pisces. You may feel a little bit of constriction a few times, but this is all self-imposed, so it's your choice at this point. Okay, I want to get one more card out, and this is from the Mystical Shaman Tarot, and I love this deck. It's beautiful, and these are such insightful cards. So we just need one card for the overall for Pisces 2019. The Staff. This masculine energy is coming through, Pisces, for you. So I'm going to get the book out. The Staff, the number is 5-1, which leads to a 6. And 6s are, we can bring that back to the Lover's card, about choices, about two things coming together. There is a balance, but there's also like a sitting back and enjoying how things are. The staff also is, a phallic symbol, so there's action here, but there's, it's masculine action. So it's taking the feminine idea and creativity and putting things into action this year for you. So the essence of the staff is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. The invitation is for you to know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities, and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. So the staff sounds like it's, an ace of wands. It's going to cut through and help you to decide which choice to make. Okay, you've got Two of Pentacles that you're landing on here. That's a great theme for you this year. Choosing your road wisely, looking at both, and finding that balance. So Pisces, that is your reading for 2019. Again, please like, share, and subscribe if this resonates for you. And if you're interested in a personal reading, I am available. All that information is in the box below. And tune back in to see monthlies where we'll end up with all of this. Thanks so much for coming by, and all my love sent to you.